Hey, Jeremy Hood here, founder of Restaurant Results Partners. We help restaurants make more sales and profits. And today I want to show you how we got one of our newer clients over 1,000 contacts with just a $500 budget. But before I jump into that, just wanted to reiterate a couple things, about our process. So when you run these campaigns, there's multiple factors that determine how well your campaign is going to do. The first part is obviously our setup, the creatives, the copy, our targeting. How well are we setting that up for your account? The second part, which is a huge factor, probably one of the most important factors, is the offer itself. We know if you run a BOGO, like, you can probably get subscribers for less than $2 a piece, unless there's something wrong with the reputation of your restaurant, which is the third factor that kind of goes into this. And I'll talk about that in a second. But these campaigns still work even if you don't want to run a BOGO. You can test like free appetizers, 25 off 100. There's multiple things you can test. Just from our experience, the further away you get from the strength of a BOGO, the more you'll have to pay per subscriber. But as long as you can keep the cost per message under $4, you should be able to make money with it. And like I mentioned just a second ago, your reputation of your restaurant actually plays a pretty big role in this, because there's a lot of people that might not have ever heard of you, or there's might be some people that have heard of you that had a bad experience. So if there's a lot of either of those two groups, then this campaign is not going to perform very well. But if you've been around for a little while and you have a pretty good reputation, then you should have nothing to worry about. All right, so like I said, this is a new client. We literally turned this campaigns on June 3rd, I think. You can see, yep. And right off the bat, the audience really responded to this. He's just running a typical BOGO like a lot of our clients. And, like I said, if you're under $4, you can probably make money with this. Most of our clients, they're under $2 per message. We're really happy when we get close to like $1.30. But, man, 48 cents per message is super cheap. And I'll show you in just a second. With that, we were able to get over 1,000 subscribers. So as you can see, pretty equal distribution across the different age groups. We really try to target people over 21, especially if you're selling alcohol. Also, really just do 21-year-olds have as much discretionary income as people that maybe have already graduated from college out in the workforce. So we really try to hit more of the working class that can afford to go out to eat. And as you can see, targeting our audience is right around 100,000. That's really the sweet spot that we found to be the most effective. There's not too many people. It's small enough that as people subscribe, we can exclude them from the audience and continuously add new people that we're targeting. Also, if you decide to run these campaigns yourself, don't worry about all these estimated daily results. They're honestly probably just trying to get you to spend more money. So you can see it's saying if we only spent $20, we're going to get one result. But as the charts showed you, we were getting around 50 or 60 a day. So you can kind of ignore those little warning messages. Just make sure that you're around $100,000 or 100,000 people for your targeting. We really only worry about Facebook feeds and video feeds. Our Facebook Reels. We're not doing anything on Instagram or all these other places, so just a few placements. And then we tested a few different ads. But normal format, either a nice looking image with some, a call to action on the image, or, one of these images that have 4 different images inside. It's really only one image, but it's sort of a little trick that stops people from scrolling, and they might try to click on an individual image, which counts as engagement when they try to click on the ad. So this really just helps Facebook find your audience a little bit faster. So, like I said, here are the results. And, how did we get them over 1,000 subscribers when you can see the total message is only 973. And that's because inside of our flow, we actually put a referral link. So people who subscribe can share it with their friends. Usually about 10% of the people who subscribe will share it with their friends. We're just trying to get as many people onto this database as possible. And that's because, obviously not everyone who subscribes is going to come try them out. But they already did have 145 people come and see them of the 1,000, and there's a 2-week expiration date. Normally 25 to 35% of the people will come see you. So expecting this number to double over the next 2 or 3 weeks, depending on when people subscribe. But your database is it's sort of like a numbers game, because we're going to keep adding people. Your top 5 or 10% of your list, so maybe only 50 or 100 people out of these 1,000, they might respond to a message every month or every couple weeks. Then there's going to be another 20 to 30% that might respond every other month. Then there might be another 30-40% that only respond once a year, and there's going to be a few people that never respond to anything. But if you don't have people on that list, you never have a chance of getting them to respond to one of your messages to invite them back in the restaurant. So that's why I say it's sort of a numbers game. So going back to the numbers, we've had about a little more than a third of the people have reported sales, almost 1,900. So roughly 3 times that. If we use that average ticket, so getting close to $6,000 in revenue and off of $500 ad spend. And again, this is, the ads just stopped, but not everyone has had a chance to come in and redeem it. So again, these numbers are going to continue to increase. And then, like I said, 47 cents per subscriber is super cheap. This customer, we should keep running this campaign for as long as we can. Also, high amount of people that haven't been in 6 months. Over 40% of the people that we touched, about 36% of the people said they have tried the place before, and about 20% didn't answer that question, which is a little bit high. This potential annual revenue number is obviously a projection, and it's based on the number of people who said they've never been there before or they haven't been in 6 months. If Fish House can convert just 5% of those people, so 5% of the people that have subscribed, get them to come in once or twice a month, spend $100 a month with them, then they've added potentially an extra $23,000 in revenue. So again, going back to the numbers game, hopefully you can see this kind of just stacks on top of each other month after month, because besides this initial, our job is to get them in the first time with this initial offer. And then we sort of have to work together to get them in the second and third time. And we do that. So these are these 10 automated messages that we send out. So everyone who subscribes to that first offer, whether they come in and use it or not, they're going to start getting emails, text messages, Facebook messages over the next 4 months, educating them about all these different types of, everything that we want them to know about this restaurant, with the goal to try to get them in 2 or 3 times those first couple months. So it starts to become a habit. And that's where you're going to start to find out who your regulars are, because those people are going to come in once or twice a month, spend $50 to $100 a month. And the more regulars you have, that's when you can really start to see your sales just start to increase. Now, after everyone runs through this automated sequence, the next thing that we'll do starting next month, we'll start sending out another 4 to 6 messages each month with whatever the restaurant wants to promote. 4th of July is coming up. Back to school starts in August. Like there's always a reason to communicate with your customers. So we're going to work with them, send out another 4 to 6 messages each month, and keep these people coming back in the door. So hopefully you found this helpful. If you'd like get these tips straight to your inbox, just head to our website, restaurantresults.co. There's a little chat bubble right here. Go ahead and click on the menu icon and click on subscribe to newsletters. It'll ask for your information in there, and you'll be all set.